Truly opinionated, we do it for the culture.
Welcome to the top, truly opinionated people where there's a lot of truth, just as many opinions. I'm your host, IV.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Crown Vic.
Here, what it do, baby? It's your boy, Mr. Durag himself, just Doug in the building.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Love Jamie.
What's up with it? It's your boy D Carry, aka Carry These Nuts, aka I'm dope as fuck. What's up?
We are truly opinionated people. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all almost made me forget my damn.
Brother Newsy, sweet brother Newsy, please say
it. Thank you so much. It's episode 5. We got a great show for y'all. Thanks for listening and viewing. So we're gonna start off with the Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman movie came out. You gotta say it like that. Harriet Tubman. I think this is the first actual, as far as I know, Harriet Tubman movie. I don't recall another one, but if there is, forgive me. But yeah, big production. First, it did a lot of numbers. So as you know, it's called Harriet actually, and it's based on her life. The opening weekend sales was 12 million. Shout out to them.
12 million.
That's a lot.
Big. Has anybody seen it yet?
Not yet.
No.
I actually don't know if I'm gonna.
I don't think I'm gonna watch that either.
Yeah,
I have reservations about it, but I was thinking about seeing it.
Yeah, likewise. I may watch it, I may not. I don't know. Depends on how I feel.
Not pressed on watching it.
Not pressed.
Right now. Like maybe.
Yeah, let it die down a little bit.
And red box on a rainy day.
It's a red box, so it's a red box.
Fire stick
for me.
Red box,
personally.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to
I'm kind of tired
theaters.
of slave movies, honestly. Like I'm done with all that. I feel like we've already seen, like, we know slavery exists. I'm not saying like forget completely about slavery because obviously it happened. But we don't have to see movies about it. Like, I'm good on that.
Constantly.
Even though this is about, her
freeing the slave.
And freeing the slave?
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure they're still going to show us getting whipped and how slavery was. You know what I'm saying? That's still.
But I think it's more so to tell her story and to get a visual, because we've heard about her, we read her in our history books, but we have not seen a actual visual production on it. So,
right. And
now that we're talking about it, I think it. Now I wouldn't go see it in theaters, but I might reconsider seeing.
I think I'm gonna check it out.
Seeing it.
I think I'm gonna wait. Like
till it comes out.
Said, like maybe like a red box type situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Something you gotta be cozy at home with.
What's the lady's name that's playing her? She's I know she's from overseas.
Cynthia Erivo. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name.
Yeah, because she's been getting some flack.
Really?
From some flack, not a lot, but I think a couple of people were saying.
A lot of people have been taking issue with the fact that she's a Nigerian person, and then also I believe she's British.
Right. So she is British.
The argument is that why can't we cast somebody who is of African American descent as opposed to someone who is from the continent?
Does it matter?
Right.
She's black.
No, that's what everybody else. That's the general complaint when it comes to her. And then a couple of tweets that she made in the past about African Americans or Black Americans specifically that people have been taking issue with.
Twitter just gets a lot of people in trouble anyway. But at the end of the day, you can't really judge a person by how they felt at that time. People have a right to change it. So with that being said, I think I've heard that she's done a good job in the movie. Like I said, I know maybe like 1 or 2 people that actually watched it. One person said they thought it was a great movie. Other person was like, good movie, just didn't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand where they're coming from with it, but compared to the other movies, similar. You think, in the past you had 12 Years a Slave, you had Birth of a Nation, all these movies that did big numbers. Like 12 Years a Slave was like 2013.
Right.
That made a lot of money.
Did any of you watch it?
I did watch that.
Yeah, back
I did watch that.
Did you like it?
For what it was, I don't think I ever really liked these movies per se, but it's movies that I try to watch to just get that
history,
that education.
Right.
Because like you said, we were taught a certain way in schools, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we were taught correctly. And sometimes the movie gives you a different understanding versus reading something.
School taught us what they want us to know.
Exactly.
But with that being said, you have to look at who's also behind the production of these movies. Do we think that what they're depicting in these movies is accurate?
I mean, you can't go in there thinking that everything on the screen is 100% fact, it's movie land. It's the movie. It's entertainment.
Right.
A lot of things are condensed and shortened to entertain us. A lot of things that should be put in these movies are taken out due to, whatever reason it may be, whether it's the director's decision or sometimes the producer of the film. Sometimes I think that content makes for the better movie, the stuff that they don't use.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I just take it for face value and what I'm seeing on the screen. As long as I can watch these type of movies and get something from it and get some type of okay, I have a better understanding now, I'm cool. I don't have to watch it again.
Okay.
It's a lot of movies like that I watch once and I don't revisit. But I will give it a chance.
I think one of the only movies and it's an older movie, but about slavery is Amistad.
Mm-hmm.
That's one movie that I can watch over and over. But
so what did they say on Twitter about it? Like what was being said, or what was somebody trying to paint a picture of her? Like,
I think they were also in an uproar about the main villain in the movie was a black male.
And
that made people kind of upset because I guess why would they depicting a black man as being a villain in the movie? So I did
need more
see that
context because what was he doing?
That's all I could say.
He was a bounty hunter in the movie.
Okay.
So I would imagine that he's hunting slaves who are trying to escape.
He was probably working for a master.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He was like the top nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Like Samuel L. Jackson and Django.
Number one, yeah. And let's not forget, it was definitely people that existed like that at that time. So I think before people get upset and be like, what are you doing? Let's do our research first before we criticize. Yeah,
and
this
back
is
then
not
people were doing anything to gain their freedom.
Facts.
So if they had a chance to gain their freedom, they
to
were
stay alive.
Right. They were becoming house niggas. They were becoming bounty hunters.
I know, because it's funny, I guess you said on Twitter, people were she was catching flack because I know the director of Birth of a Nation, he caught a lot of flack for some bullshit from way back when. Like they tried to bring up an old rape charge that he got acquitted for. Like he didn't rape somebody, but they brought all that stuff up. And I think some people bring this stuff up because they don't really want us to dig deep into shit that didn't happen to us in the past. Like, this is our history. Like, I know a lot of people say, well, I don't want to watch it because I don't like seeing us, you know what I'm saying, seeing people that look like us getting beat and getting killed and getting hung. But it's like, I feel you, but I watch stuff like that because it's like, don't ever forget these people did this shit to us. Like, and it's people that still think like that. And I tell anybody, the Birth of a Nation movie, I feel very strongly about that movie just from the simple fact they were using Nat Turner to use the Bible to keep us enslaved.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's why I'm like, for real, I read the Bible and everything, but I'm understanding stuff for myself because I'm not going to believe, I don't care what preacher is, I'm not going to believe everything you're saying because they show in the movie, like, and if you look it up in your history, like these slave owners were using him to, I don't want my slaves to eat nothing but one time a day. So use a verse, a scripture out the Bible that's going to tell them that's what they're going to do, and they have to do it if they want to get to heaven. And the slaves were believing this shit, and it's like, bruh, like people, they're twisting the Bible that's supposed to be for God loves all of us. They're using it against us. So I'm like, I think stuff like that. Especially if people are catching flack, you have to find it out on your own because some people just don't like us knowing the truth. Like, this is how y'all felt about us, and this is how a lot of y'all still feel about us. So
Fact.
Just do your own research for sure.
Definitely do your research, and like I said, if you plan on watching this movie, I would say just go into it with an open mind. Don't really expect a certain thing. Just see how it plays out, and form your opinion from that. But yeah, Harriet is out now. Wake up, Mr. West. Wake up, Mr. West. Wake up. I'm crying for him because he's really, I respect Mr. West a lot. I really do. I respect the body of work recently that came out.
What is funny?
Respect y'all.
Jesus is King.
Y'all speak for yourself, bro.
I respect where he's going.
Good.
I respect where he's going.
Likewise, I respect.
I might not understand everything, but hey, I'm not really sitting there twiddling my thumbs trying to figure it out either. But Kanye West just held Sunday service. He was in Louisiana
Yeah.
The past weekend, and he had over 1,000 people dedicate themselves and give their life to Christ. We got to clap for that. We got to clap for that.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's a wonderful thing. I don't know what part of the show, he has this, or the service, right? Maybe I don't want to say show, but what part of the service that this commences at. But the fact that many people converted over to Christ, you can't be mad at that at all.
Right.
I think what he's doing with Sunday service is a great thing. I think he's definitely still finding himself in his lane and what his purpose is. I'm just trying to see how it plays out. I want to see how long
this lasts.
How long it's gonna last? Because with Mr. West, you just never know.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking those questions, how long this is going to last. But one part that was kind of disturbing to me was that particular article that was posted on Instagram. The commentary behind it, people were saying this is how cults start.
Oh, Lord.
And this is a cult. And they're going to give their life today, but the next few days they're going to go back to sinning. That is what I could not believe because, the purpose of any ministry is to preach the gospel, sing in the gospel, but you're encouraging those to give their life to Christ. So, things like that. So I don't understand why people were saying that because this is the whole purpose of these types of movements. Like it's a gospel album, all that is to bring you closer to Christ. And I don't know, that was just kind of disturbing to me that people were saying that because it's, people are starting to mistake good for evil and evil for good. He's out here doing something good and people are making it out to be evil.
Yeah. Can you blame him though?
No, I can blame him.
From what Kanye does, because I heard something like how bro was somewhere and he said, Trump is making it easier for black people to buy land and property. And instead of the only one factual thing he said was like, instead of buying all these cars and foreigns and rapping about fucking bitches and all this other stuff, get your money and buy property. And he was like, but President Trump is making it easier for us to do that, which is kind of not
what
factual.
That have to do with
but this is what I'm saying. This is why y'all can rock with Kanye. I'm good off Kanye.
Oh, that's why you
That's
don't
why I'm
fool
like,
with
y'all,
Kanye
I don't fool with Kanye because I think it's bullshit. But I'm cool if 1,000 people gave their life to Christ. Cool. But
I think
what is your hope? What is your message, bro? Know what I'm saying? Like, this is just me. Y'all can rock with Kanye. Me, I'm just like, I don't trust you. So we'll see. Because like I said, we'll see if he got the same energy in 2020 in November when we're voting.
Well, you know what he said? He said in 2024 he's running for president.
And he was so serious about that. Serious. When people were laughing, he was like, "What y'all laughing for?"
Yeah, he was he had the serious face on.
Like, he had the
but that shouldn't happen. He doesn't have no experience in running for no political office.
Trump! Oh no, you cannot say that, Dion. Trump got experience running for fucking president.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I didn't vote for Trump.
But that's what I'm saying.
But people like that shit.
So you can't say that man
we've opened up that can where
we didn't open up that can.
Didn't. But as a society. Now it's going to be different now as far as who they gauge off, who's going to be eligible.
And y'all want Kanye to run a free world.
I didn't say that.
I don't.
But at the end of the day, he has every right to run.
He could do it.
Like I said, it's like the rules is different now. They don't even look at certain criteria that you have to have.
There is no criteria though. If you look up in the Constitution, then there is no set criteria for a president.
Okay,
it's not. It really is.
I'm
not saying that it's a good or bad thing, but it's amazing.
A couple of people in that industry will say they were thinking about contemplating about running. So I'm not surprised by anything anymore.
I feel like he got an agenda to all this shit.
Exactly. I think it's a gimmick.
I feel like it's gonna come. Y'all can see it's gonna come to light. I think it's dope. 1,000 people dedicated their life to Christ. That's the ultimate mission goal. That's dope. But I just don't think it's genuine.
So you don't think? So I don't understand that. If y'all saying y'all respecting people giving their life to Christ, then you turn around and say it's not genuine. What's not genuine about it? That y'all think what he's saying is not genuine, so then people are just being led to mockery or something?
They're being led astray. What bro be saying?
I'm just trying to understand.
Bucko.
This shit is beyond
me.
This is like, because of course, like he has the gospel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cool. But then he started talking about Trump and how Trump doing this for our people and all that. That's not
Well, but that's not true. But
and
I understand exactly what both of y'all brothers are saying. But the world that we live in, especially America, free thought, freedom of speech. That's what that man believes in, and that's why I feel like the lines get blurred. Excuse me, as far as like religion and politics, like those two things shouldn't even be in the same conversation. I can have this belief religiously, but at the same time, I can have my views on certain things in politics. They should not cross. Right. That's just my opinion.
They shouldn't, but they
definitely do. That's what I'm saying. In this world that we live in now, the lines are blurred. Let me ask y'all this: if he had a Sunday service here in Virginia, would you go?
No.
I'm going. What y'all talking about? I'm going.
No. I want to see what I want to see.
We missed it at the Did you see it at something in the water?
No interest.
Yeah, exactly.
He had one. I don't.
He had a Sunday. Well, he won't.
And I was,
but it was a Sunday service something in the water.
I don't recall.
I was a big Kanye fan.
Yeah,
I can't.
But so what drew you away then?
Just the wild shit. His bullshit. Like, bro, you're not ready to wear a MAGA hat, and then 6 months later you.
And
then 6 months before
Jesus Christ has nothing to do with each other.
Well, no. Yes, it does. Because some people that wear MAGA think this is what Jesus wants. Like, bruh, that's what. But this is what I'm saying. This goes from the first topic. Some people use the Bible and Jesus and God for their bullshit. Like, bruh. So if you could say, okay, Kanye this, Trump is the same person that to be like, no, I'm saying Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus this, but you talk shit about. You know what I'm saying? Shithole countries and black people and a whole bunch of other shit. Like, bruh. So Jesus and God is telling you to talk like that about other people in the country?
I never heard Trump say anything about Jesus Christ.
You never heard him say nothing?
Have you?
I don't pay attention to the food. I really don't. Like every time he's on my TV, I do not pay attention to him.
Like I say,
this is how I feel about Kanye.
Yeah, y'all can rock with Kanye. It's not a problem.
It ain't even honestly. It ain't even the fact about rocking with him. Like that right there, though. That's something that's just amazing to me. That's something amazing. And I respect that shit. So.
I guess with me is just
wasn't the devil the author of music, the minister of music?
I don't care enough about his views. To
you able to separate the music from
like I mean like Jesus the King, I played it one time, I haven't went back to it since, and I appreciate it for what it is, but it's not really for me. But I just play his old stuff because that's what I like. I'm familiar with that. Like I go to College Dropout and my favorite album is Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy he ever did. So I still play that out. But when I'm hearing his music, I don't be like, at no point when I'm playing those songs anyway, I'm like, let me cut this off because he fucking with Trump. It's just like, okay. It's a lot of people that, I mean, I know personally fuck with Trump. That's like, I work with these people, but I'm just like, okay, you'll see.
But they're not selling albums and trying to
say
Jesus
they're not. They have influence. He has influence.
Like, come on, bro.
He has influence, and it is important for him to use his platform correctly. But at the end of the day, I do think that, like I say, it's, the world, what makes America so great is that you can have your way of thinking and it just be that. It should be that way because everybody's not going to think the same way. I have my reservations about some things that he's doing. I definitely think that I'm not saying the whole Jesus ploy or him just giving his life to God. I really want to believe that is genuine. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if he's using it to gain black supporters
for next year
because at the end of the day he's done a lot to hurt his brand and his image. But at the end of the day, I mean, people still, I mean, like Yeezy's the number one. Like what he always saying, Yeezy's the number one shoe in the you know what I'm saying? So in his mind, he's like, I'm doing better than ever. Like you can't. So it's just like I say, it's one of those things, man. But the fact that people are giving their life to Christ, based off what he's doing. Yeah. I can't do nothing but applaud that. And you know what I'm saying? If it ever trickles around to Richmond, which I don't think it will, I would just go to be nosy.
To be nosy.
I want to see what this Sunday service is about. I want to see if it's anything different from my experience going to church. I want to see what his interpretation of church is. Right. So, hey,
I'll be watching your story on.
I was just about to say, I'll click on your live.
But who needs church? These Popeyes customers need church because they have lost their motherfucking minds.
Lost their goddamn
over a chicken sandwich.
Crazy.
Nigga. Trifling ass
First of all,
chicken sandwich.
Listen. So a man was stabbed in Maryland. If you don't know, a man was stabbed in Maryland. Was this a drive-through situation? A drive-through stab?
They were inside.
So they were inside. He rolled up, shanked them over the chicken sandwich. And I'm like, this sandwich ain't even like. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck right now. Y'all gonna get mad with me?
Have you had it?
I've had the chicken sandwich finally.
Over
this.
I've never had
recently.
The chicken sandwich.
Over there.
And it breaks. It breaks my diet because I'm diabetic. I'm not supposed to be eating this shit. But I had to try the sandwich. The sandwich is like Boosie said. This shit is regular, bruh.
It's regular.
Sandwich.
I had that joint twice before all the hype got to it.
What is
the spicy joint?
The spice, from what I'm hearing, the spicy one is better than the regular, but I haven't had either one.
So how long were y'all?
Don't desire to.
Well, when I went, it was before it was hyped up. Like the first time I went, it was literally like a regular as Popeye's line. Like we won't really no line. The second time I went, I probably waited like 15, 20 minutes for it. Yeah. And I ain't go ever since then because the line was just crazy.
If you waiting 45 minutes for a damn chicken sandwich, you gonna take your ass to a restaurant?
Bro, drop bombs on them because Chick-fil-A got the best chicken sandwich. I can't with none of y'all motherfuckers say. This shit is better than Popeyes. Popeyes is trash.
He said he did.
He said he tried it.
I tried it. I just tried it recently. In this second wave. Like since the sandwich has been back, I've tried it.
I ain't tried it since it's been back.
And then that joint was steroids.
It's not fucking with Chick-fil-A.
That's what I said. That whole goddamn robotic chicken they got that bitch.
The altercation was because somebody cut the line.
Yeah.
I almost refuse to believe that.
Really?
That's what it was.
You got in front of me for this chicken sandwich and you knew I wanted it now.
I'm gonna
stab you.
You cut the line so you get cut.
They've been in line for what, 30 minutes?
But the police reported, they said,
this is
they're able to determine.
This is ignorant.
Yo, hey God, they be ghetto on earth again.
Oh my God. The police reported that they could attest to the fact that the people that were in line specifically for a chicken sandwich. So this is why they're saying that the person
sandwich caused the stabbing.
Exactly. The chicken sandwich caused the stabbing because the people in line were in line for a chicken sandwich.
You cut in line, you get cut.
No. It's like
it's never that serious. It is never that serious.
Really not. I didn't even pop off like this.
What is it?
I saw a chicken sandwich one Saturday and I'm like, damn.
These are the people who shoot during road.
You know what it is? The fact that they're open on Sundays.
Maybe that's really what it was.
Really
and Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays.
Did this happen on a Sunday or was it?
Yeah, they released the chicken sandwich on Sunday. I don't know if this situation.
I don't remember, but the tag part of their tagline for promoting the sandwich was "We're open on Sundays."
Right.
So they already, you know what I'm saying, got their foot on Chick-fil-A neck like, we know y'all closed.
Chick-fil-A is not bothered. I mean,
no, they're not.
They are gonna be around.
They're busy morning, noon, and night.
That's Old Faithful.
Chick-fil-A is the best.
Exactly, Old Faithful.
The best chicken sandwich you gonna get.
You throw some pickles on that.
Fuck with Popeyes right quick, but you gonna be back.
No pickles.
You gonna be back.
Pickles will set that chicken sandwich off.
I got to put some mac and cheese on that jump, y'all.
Mac and cheese on it.
American cheese. Mac and cheese. I ain't that much of a nigga.
No, that Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is fucking.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You gotta get the pieces with the crust.
What I was gonna say was about Chick-fil-A.
Yes, honey.
The crust part.
Ooh, the crusty cheesies and the goddamn Chick-fil-A.
We're absolutely talking about macaroni and cheese.
Chick-fil-A? With crust.
Chick-fil-A.
And Popeyes is supposed to be a fucking.
You gotta go to the one off Forest Hill.
Ain't got no macaroni
I don't know.
cheese.
I can't speak for the other macaroni and cheeses at the Chick-fil-A. But the one on Forest Hill, they got the good mac and cheese.
They got the good mac and cheese. Okay, shout out to Forest Hill. But what I was gonna say was the Chick-fil-A, they're equipped for the volume. As far as the volume of people and customers, they get you in, get you out.
They got people outside
Popeyes ain't ready. Popeyes is clearly not ready.
They are not ready for this
because they in there.
They rookies.
Goddamn fumbling with chicken in the back.
Sitting trays on trash cans, running out of room.
And you gotta know you gotta know when these customers come in there, they want the chicken sandwich.
So have them shits ready.
Just already assume when they come to the counter, which one you want? You want the chicken or the spicy, dog? Yeah. Which one? You know, we ain't got time for the guest. Customer coming up there.
How you doing?
The customer, can I get the?
I can't stand those type of customers,
bro. You know what you're coming to get. You're getting a chicken sandwich.
So say it. Say it with your chest.
And there's another thing that pisses me off about Popeye. I'm like, bro, let me get a slab of cheese on the jump. Oh, we don't got no cheese. They don't got no cheese. What type of black establishment don't have cheese?
They Creole.
Come on, bro.
They Creole. They
I was hot. I bit that sound. I was like, bro, really?
You want
niggas is going crazy over this here?
Did you put the Cajun sparkle on it?
Chicken filet would even put pepper jack
the
cheese on
Cajun
your
sparkle
shit,
will set Popeye's chicken off. So maybe the original one is missing the Cajun sparkle.
I shouldn't need the sauce.
You shouldn't need the Cajun sparkle, but I'm saying if you put it on it might be good.
Aha. See, I had somebody go get the joint because I won't wait in the line, bro. I can't do it.
I'm saying it's not that serious.
I can't do it, bro.
30 minutes, bro.
I can't do the line, man.
You know, Bojangles need to hop into this thing. Don't they
Wendy's
still got a good
chicken
sandwich? I was ready to say, who else can compete?
Need to hop up in this.
I've never had Bojangles chicken sandwich.
Golden Skillet, I don't give hey, look, I'm gonna let y'all finish. But Golden Skillet got the best chicken of all time.
Yeah, that's the hood classic.
That's the hood classic. Of course.
Well, I don't know. See, my old hood, shout out to Jank Road. They had the Golden Skillet. I don't know. I think they fell off a little bit. But back in the day,
it was the bomb.
Golden Skillet, Jank Road.
The joint.
Everybody around my hood know what time it is. We used to hit that joint all the time.
Yeah,
was anybody going to the doctor though?
Going to the doctor.
Dion, we talk about
I think that shit the healthiest damn chicken.
Oh no, I ain't saying that.
It is no greasy in the churches.
Yeah, churches some greasy
shit.
Church
is gone, baby. Church
right.
Is gone.
But back when churches was out,
churches had
no chicken was greasier than.
No, they still got some churches in Petersburg.
I'm not going to goddamn Petersburg.
I'm just saying.
No disrespect to Petersburg.
No,
if you want some churches,
go to Petersburg. Hell no.
I couldn't do church. Every time I eat churches, I got to sweating. I don't know what that was about.
That was the MSG and those hormones.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Church chicken, go to my dad's house.
You never sweating
right across the street.
With some bread, bread.
They had good corn. I would eat their corn on the cob.
Their bread was good.
The corn was good.
But yeah, man, I think this chicken sandwich fiasco is getting out of control now. People starting to get hurt.
People dying.
It's really, I'm just really upset with us. Like, why are we acting like this over a chicken sandwich?
That's some real black shit.
I think it's more so that they got cut
everybody
in the line.
Yeah.
White people acting, they tripping too.
Yeah. What people is, I'm up. Let me rephrase that. I want to just point us out. But wow, as us as a people, why are we as Americans? Come on, y'all. There's other alternatives. I understand we like chicken. But damn it, just make your own chicken sandwich.
They don't know how to make it.
Fast food.
Gotta wait it.
They got recipes all over my Popeye
They putting something in the
now.
chicken that's gonna fuck with your brain.
No, they are
Somebody
not.
posted a picture that I was looking at before I got here, and the chicken was they bit into the chicken sandwich and it was not cooked.
See, that's my fear.
Well, see, mass production. You over here trying to satisfy 200 something
jelly
customers,
looking,
and you're not
I
doing
can't
what
do
you're
that.
supposed to be doing.
Looked like it was fresh out the chicken
No,
pack.
that's disgusting.
Nasty.
I'm good on Popeye's chicken. I don't have to have it again.
I'm good on Popeye's, period.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just the fact that they ran out.
Shout out to that Cajun rice though.
They ran out and now got some more.
So you mean you don't like the biscuits?
Where that shit?
Them dry ass biscuits.
I'm good.
Y'all lit too.
Y'all hungry. Y'all just hungry.
We're definitely going to get food after this.
I'm so hungry. So hungry.
What up? Moving on.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
Yeah, my cornbread.
So since we're done with the bullshit, now we can go to some black excellence.
Yes,
very much. So.
Let's just give it up to LBJ here,
the GOAT.
Hey, Doug,
the GOAT.
I'm gonna have you chime in on this one, man.
Sir, the GOAT.
LBJ, another round for him. He's always doing big things in and off the court, but off the court, man, he's just. Every time this brother is getting something negative said about him, he just counteracts with the best. Doug, just go ahead and bring it up, man, because I'm just baffled by what he's doing.
LeBron, the GOAT, he is expanding on his I Promise School project by providing transitional housing for at-risk students.
At risk.
And their families. I think that's dope.
That's excellent.
LeBron always, when it comes to off the court, he just excellence. You know what I'm saying? He just defines that. I think it's dope. Yeah.
Have we ever seen an athlete? I know other athletes do philanthropy and work like this, but on his level, have we ever seen anything like this? Especially him being an NBA star. I mean, of course, you had other athletes in different sports like Ali, and I think he's really, by the time he's finished, he's going to be in that lane. Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like, the different things that he's done and continues to do, and the voice that he has for the generation, that our generation and people coming up after him, like, LeBron James is very important.
Right.
Yeah.
all around. You might not like him as a basketball player. You might not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's to each his own. You know, it's an opinion thing. But when it comes to what that man does for the game, for the NBA and just for youth and the example he sets. Come on, man. Like,
yeah, you got to salute, bro.
That's excellent, bro.
I mean, like, and the fact that he hasn't had any type of like big scandal or like domestic violence, nothing like that. Like, he's just a great father.
I ain't
he
never
be
seen
at all
him
his
with a white
kids'
woman.
games.
Nothing.
Like,
I ain't never seen him with no white woman. I just had to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that's what about? Nah, nope.
Like,
LeBron ain't.
He's the GOAT for me, bro.
The GOAT.
GOAT.
I mean, he inspired though. He definitely inspires. You know what I'm saying? Like, they to do that for those kids that, you know, probably would never have nobody to do that for them in their community. And it's like, yo, this is for your child and your family. If y'all hungry, you need a place to stay, I got y'all.
Right.
Like, you're, you know, it's gonna be something that those kids are always gonna remember. Like, LeBron James did this for me and my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna succeed in life because bro has a vision to give back. So we definitely got to big up him and need more people like him. So that's what's up.
I think it's awesome because he did say that a part of getting a good education and making sure that the kids focus on the education that they're getting is making sure that they have those nice places to stay so that they're not focused on I'm hungry or focused on I'm cold or, you know, just not having the basic necessities that a lot of these kids come to school and, you know, they can't even focus on the work because they didn't eat last night.
Yes.
They were freezing last night. So I think this is awesome of LeBron to provide this transitional housing for these at-risk kids and their families. I think it's amazing.
I was ready to bring that up too, as far as just, I don't think a lot of people recognize that as far as, you know, the child's environment, what lack thereof
it plays a big part.
Huge part. Their focus to be attentive in school for, I mean, how many hours? 8 hours of the day or however long they're in school?
Your home life affects your learning environment.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Your home life has got to be stable in order for you to focus. I thought it was heartbreaking that one of the reasons why they thought about this sort of project is because they had a student who was a victim of like a home invasion at gunpoint. And he witnessed his brother get shot. And you know, they went on about their school days, not even knowing that this little boy was dealing with this.
Dealing with that trauma.
Yep.
I that was just so heartbreaking, and by that just being the trigger for them to, you know, get with. I think it's graduate hotels that they're linking with to start this, and that those are very nice.
Yeah,
hotels.
It ain't no bullshit.
That, you know, those are that's
no
a luxury hotel, so it's awesome that he's teaming up with them to do that. But
yeah,
man, if the home life is not stable, you can't expect a child to excel in school.
And that trickles down into so many other things because oftentimes you have educators who, not all of them, but some of them who are quick to diagnose a child or to try to medicate a child when, you know, like the interview that we just did, all it takes is somebody, you know, being able to relate to these kids and what they're going through and saying, look, I identified that there's an issue. You're unable to learn because of X, Y, and Z. Let me provide, you know, a resource for you and make it a little bit easier for you to come to school and focus on what you're there to do, and that's to learn.
Yeah, man. And I'm not discrediting any teachers that really genuinely care about the students and put that time in. Salute to y'all out there.
Big
but I definitely will say mentoring and counseling, if it is available, depending on the child's needs and you know, in certain areas, I do recommend it. And it's actually something that for real, I'm looking in trying to get into because I've always wanted to do something like that, to just be available and have and be accessible to children, not just at risk, but just children that that need that extra push, that attentive.
I could see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a special subject for me. So when I hear these different stories, like LeBron's, in for example, it's a special. It touches me in a different way because I was that same kid. I was a kid that had a mentor. You know, they tried to say I needed Ritalin as a child. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, "Hell no, you're not getting through to him."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was one of those kids where if I didn't feel a challenge in school, I'd get bored quick. So I do shit to like try to if I get bored quick, I'll be like, man, this is not interesting to me. Then I'll be disruptive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a challenge.
That's when they label you, though. So that's how they put you on that path of destruction. Like, oh, he's just bad. Like, so just keep him going.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like how you say, we need people to inspire these younger kids. And like I said, just like how older people gave us game, we older people, no, I'm not old, but we have to give these young boys and girls the game. Like, look, bro, to succeed in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be held back and you're not experiencing the life lessons that you need to be out here in this world.
Right.
Because if you could have been people are just passing on, you know what I'm saying? And when you turn 18, like, life is real. Like, once you graduate from high school, shit get real. So if you're not equipped with the right tools and nobody ever tried to give you those tools or spend time with you or show you that they care, you're already behind the 8 ball. So
facts.
And he doesn't have to do this. He does not have to do this at all.
Don't have
and
to.
And the fact that he's so passionate about it, and
there's no one in his league that has done anything like this. I mean, even if you think back to like the most influential
NBA.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
NBA.
And when I say that's in league, I mean, I'm sorry, but even if you look back at like Jordan, like he didn't even do much.
I mean, Jordan's just now, and true, shout out to him. He opened not a hospital, but
he donated money.
He opened up his own. I think it's like a lab for people that need emergency needs or special needs in North Carolina. I might not have it exactly correct.
I know what you're talking about.
I just seen it recently. But I mean, Jordan caught a lot of flack for years about not being as active and things like that. And we don't know what these people do behind the scenes. Everything is not publicized. But at the end of the day, going back to LeBron, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely making it prevalent of what his mission is, what he's trying to do. And the fact, whoever out there said, shut up and dribble, go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron's going to get the last laugh at the end of the day, Jack. You know what I'm saying? You can see in this man's work on and off the court that he's more than just a basketball player.
Yeah.
That just
man
happens
is
to
an
be,
actual activist.
You know what I'm saying? His occupation. But yeah, definitely shout out to LeBron again, man.
Yes, sir.
Salute to him.
Go James.
Respect to the legend Whitney Houston. Whitney Hutton.
Whitney
Hutton. Let me. her best friend of many years, Robin Crawford. A lot of y'all, if you're a fan of Whitney Houston, you may know who she is. But if you don't know, she was Whitney's longtime best friend. I don't know if she acted as her manager at one point. Forgive me, I could be wrong on that. But I think she had like a role. She was definitely on her payroll at some point.
Definitely had a role.
But she's coming out with a tell-all book.
A memoir.
A memoir. Well, she's telling some shit.
She's telling a lot.
She's telling a lot of shit. Some of the shit that she's telling.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently, she's implying that her and Whitney were lovers.
You had a physical relationship.
Had a physical, emotional, romantic relationship. And for those of you, obviously, it's public record that she was married to
Bobby.
the king of R&B, Bobby Brown. Ribs and barbecue. That's my boy. Shout out to Bobby Brown. But she was married to him for a long period of time. Everybody knows that. But apparently, this love affair she had with her best friend Robin was going on simultaneously.
Right, way beforehand.
So I'm not surprised because I know a lot about Whitney's past. I'm a big Bobby Brown New Edition fan. Everybody know me, so I know a lot about their stuff. And I always said that Whitney was bisexual. I always knew it. I always said that. Same thing with Oprah, but that's another topic.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
yeah. Her and Gail been loving they been eating each other thing for a while.
Okay, now see what I took from that.
Everybody know that. Come on, man. Everybody know that. Y'all laughing. I'm telling you, when they come out.
Hey. You know, when I read the quotes that she made for that book, you terrible Addison. I can't believe you.
Gail been Pastor Wilson for a long time now. I'm just saying, listen, it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying?
Gail been Pastor Wilson.
You got to ask 2 questions with these women. Are you bisexual or bipolar? Which one is it?
My Jesus.
All right.
Back on Whitney Houston.
Bringing it back.
Okay, bring me back. I went too far. I'm sorry.
What I took from her quotes in that book, I can't stand y'all.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Her quotes from that book and just her, just her describing their relationship. I thought it was beautiful. It seemed like a true soulmate love story.
Why you rolling eyes?
Yeah, because honestly, me and Jamaica got that type of soul tie, but we ain't.
What?
We ain't freaking. We ain't
You
physical,
can have a soulmate or soul ties with someone and not be physically intimate
they may
with
have
them.
been physical, but when I say Ivan,
forget all of y'all, you and you.
When you have a friend and you're that deep into a friendship, you form this soul tie. And the way that y'all still laugh.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening to you right now.
Fuck y'all up.
I need some context.
I'm listening. It's a soul tie. You had me a soul tie.
All right, I'm back. Go ahead.
It was just a beautiful relationship, a beautiful connection between two women.
So they were real girlfriends, and they sat around and burned incense and.
No, based on some of the quoted information, apparently, in her memoir, she said that Whitney did tell her that she said that they shouldn't be physical anymore. So there may have been a physical relationship there, but still, still to Victoria's point, Ivan, brother Noomsy, brother Noomsy,
please say the Noomsy.
Please say the Noomsy. Yes, it is possible, and I think it happens more so when you look at, female relationships, bonding and connecting with one another. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Her and I.
Y'all do know this is the wrong way.
I swear to God. I'm going to fuck y'all up.
Well, you know who's not very happy about this relationship? Mother Sissy.
Oh.
You know she's going to have something to say about this.
About it.
Because I don't think she was too fond of their relationship.
Nah, she was like in the church or something.
Yeah.
She absolutely
Whitney grew up in the church. Everybody knows that. And, Sissy was definitely going about that life. Listen, I don't know why she's telling this now. Because, how many years has been since Whitney?
Her purpose, she said her purpose was to reveal how much of a big-hearted and generous person Whitney was.
Okay.
That she said that was her purpose. Honestly, I didn't.
Well, okay. Well, with that being said, I kind of understand now because Whitney, even though she's a legend, everybody knows that she's the voice. She still has a negative light on her image because of the drugs in recent years or the latter years of her career. It wasn't the most celebrated. And everybody goes through hardship in their life, so whether it's publicized or not. So at the end of the day, we can't discredit what she did for. Vocally and for just the music in general, but yeah,
how Bobby feel about that?
Yeah, I would like to know how Bobby feels.
Anything yet?
You don't think he knew?
Nah,
but it was before him, way before him. Though
it was in his movie. No,
it was in his movie.
Well, it started before them. It started before
They
him.
were still friends after she said they could be physical.
Yeah,
listen, hey, I really strongly believe that Robin was there late nights when Bobby wasn't there.
Jesus Christ, y'all know, but
when Bobby had Janet against the wall.
What?
From when Bobby. So I don't see her. I don't see her having time to have a motherfucker sneaking in her shit. No, because Adam said he imagine Robin coming over late night when Bobby
I'm telling you,
were stuck like glue.
Exactly. Everywhere you seen Whitney, you seen Robin, and they was joint.
Wait, okay.
No, you seen Robin. There was joint at the hip, not Bobby. Bobby was out there, had Janet against the wall.
Oh my god! Here you go, Janet against the wall.
What? Everybody's seen the movie. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Robin and Whitney, come on, man. Like, let's, hey, and I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that.
More power to you.
I think in that time it was, it was the kind of like
looked
down on, was frowned upon. But now, shit, I mean, if Whitney was living, it wouldn't be no thing. Where everybody be okay, whatever. That's why I'm just like, just come out with it. Oprah, come out with your shit. Oprah, you got all this money.
People aren't like okay now? Because I feel like the biggest thing about this story is
shout out to Gail.
Right. Continue.
I think the biggest thing about this story is that she's speaking on it. Something that
clearly
there must have been some type of agreement.
Whitney probably wouldn't agree to this. Like, don't come out
just
with
keep it low. It's been low for so long, or never confirmed for so long. So
yeah, I think
that might be the biggest
thing. Yeah.
Right. But outside of that, this,
but everyone,
like you said, this is not news.
Tell you the truth, but okay, if this was because how much you respected her or wanted people to know how good she was, why bring up the physical part? Like,
I mean, she had to tell it that was a part of their.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm Bobby, like, why the fuck is he coming
perhaps
out with
it
this
sells.
Shit?
Some people could look at it as a way to benefit also
remarried and everything. So.
Yeah. You think some people would look at it as her way of trying to capitalize on the relationship
that
they had?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, she's never been out there in the public anyway. I mean, if you didn't know her as being a part of Whitney's entourage when she was alive, then you wouldn't know who Robin Crawford is. But I think at this point, the day and time that we living in, with sexuality being accepted the way it is, and then her just kind of like, okay, I think this is the perfect time for me to just go and put this out here, make a little money. You know, people gonna buy it, especially fans of hers, because they want to know. So
she has fans.
Mm-hmm.
No, Whitney Houston.
Oh,
yeah. Not Robin. Not Robin. I mean, she might have some fans or two.
Well, Robin she's supposed to be like a big time personal trainer.
Again, Whitney has fans. She has a lot of fans. Speaking of fans, you know, people who might end up losing their fans over recent comments made. There's Clifford.
I can't wait to get into this with you.
Now I know y'all been waiting to discuss this shit.
Go ahead and expose that toxic masculinity.
One of y'all ladies, let's give us the facts on this, and we'll lead off into the discussion. But come on, break down what happened. What?
Pull me up.
So T.I. recently was, kind of broadcasted. He appeared on the podcast Ladies Like Us, and he basically revealed that he still goes. Well, and I'm gonna say still. Let me take that back. He goes to the gynecologist with his 18-year-old daughter. And my mistake, she's 18.
When did it start?
When did it start? When did this start?
When she was 16.
She was 16.
Oh, 16. Yep. Okay, when she has been going with her. So but that's not just it. He claims that after any dance or something, all right, next morning, come on, let's go to the doctor. Any type of party or something that she's been to.
Put a sticky note on the door and say, hey, gynecologist,
meet me at the gynecologist
9:30 tomorrow morning.
After her birthday?
After her birthday celebration, he made it. And, to me, this is purely absurd. This is disgusting. This is humiliating, embarrassing. I can't imagine that this young lady has not spoken up, or have stood up to her father saying, this, enough is enough.
Right.
Or, I don't think this is any of your business, to be honest. I'm not your little girl anymore. I can't imagine this young lady not feeling a kind of way towards this. Well, and I'm eager to hear y'all's opinions too, because this is crazy.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Well, when you're being bullied into being silent, then you might have a hard time saying, no, Dad, I don't want you in the room with me this particular time, because it was actually quoted. He himself said, I go, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her hymen. And then
he be in the room.
He's in the room. Christ. And even though the doctor explained to T.I. that, hey, there's many ways in which a woman or a girl can lose her hymen, sports, riding horses, things of that nature. He actually was quoted saying, so I say, look, doc, she don't have to ride horses. She don't ride no bikes. She don't play no sports. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
Exactly.
That's his favorite word.
And then they said, then the doctor goes and say, well, she has to authorize me to do so, sir. Hey, Deja, they want you to sign this paper. Excuse me?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. What?
So I think it's ridiculous. And then to turn around and think that it's okay for your 13 or 14-year-old son to have sex. Toxic
that double
masculinity.
Standard
I'm not
it's a double standard there, you think?
Like, we completely bypass the fact that going to the gynecologist is to check your overall health, your vaginal health, breast health. You checking to see if her cherry has been popped.
That is not also some sort of control issue or something. Or that is just some type of sick obsession with you want to control your daughter's sexuality, whether she's sexually active or not. At some point, I understand. I have a child. Okay, I have a daughter. Let me take the back. I got a daughter. So I understand. But at what point do we acknowledge that these 18-year-old grown women, they have the right to privacy too? You know what I'm saying? What happened to the joy of just not knowing?
They have the right to privacy in your house.
Excuse me. I gotta know that my child is having sex just because she's living in my house.
No.
Okay, what you saying? I'm sorry.
So how about speak to how you feel about this, and then we can, rebut. Because
look, I don't. If he in a room, me personally, that's a little too far. Him being in the room, right. But I think it's one tip shouldn't have really said this out loud. Because at the end of the day, it's his household. He run his household how he want his household to be ran. And if it's his child that lives under his roof, you follow those rules. And what father is going to want, like, I don't agree with, the whole, if you're a 13-year-old son or however, your son, daughter, none of them should be having sex. And they're not going to have sex underneath my damn roof when I'm paying the damn mortgage. That's not going to happen, period.
It might.
No.
So you mean not having sex in your house or just not having sex, period?
You're not going to have sex in my house, but then I'm going to talk to you about, like, okay, this is how I feel about sex. You know what I'm saying? Especially with young kids. Like, you have to talk to them about this shit because
absolutely.
Sex, especially for daughters. I have a daughter too. But so it's okay, we have kids. So it's like, okay, teach them that but teach them this shit is a gift. Don't just give that shit away because you're giving, like, I don't know if people believe in, like, ties and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, after you having soul ties and shit, but it's like, my nigga, like, you can mess yourself up by just giving your gift freely to any young little nigga that kicks some game.
And so that's fine. So you're going to explain that to them, but you're not going to be forceful in the doctor's office trying to find out whether it's true or not, whether they've been fucking or not. Are you going to do that?
So they check the hymen, and what do you do after that? They check the hymen and ain't there.
I want to know what his reaction would have been if the doctor tell him her hymen is not intact, it is gone. What he was going to do then?
I mean, probably have a conversation with his daughter.
He need to be having a conversation with her beforehand.
I think the lines are being blurred between making sure that your kids are knowledgeable about sex and the consequences of having sex, especially when you're a minor, and your father making sure that every party that you come from or every year you're going to the gynecologist, not to check your vaginal health, but to make sure that you ain't been fucking.
So do we know
in layman's terms?
He hasn't caught her, like, in something, like doing something?
We don't know.
So that's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you exactly what he quoted.
But I'm saying, so
he said this himself.
All of this stuff still isn't in context. So even, like, I done heard people say, yeah, he need to be counseled, yada, yada, yada. He's all this. At the end of the day, this is this man's child. You know what I'm saying? This is his household. So damn, like, you kind of like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, all right, you don't have to agree with the way that he's going about it, but it's like, I think the whole gist of it is he doesn't want his daughter out here having sex with these niggas just wilding out. Like,
I don't think he wants her to have sex. Period.
That is the point.
But that's any father who wants what father wants his daughter out here just giving that box away freely, like giving that gift away to any nigga. Like, nobody wants that. Your child, your daughter is not going to 9 times out of 10, she may not be 25 years old, married and stuff.
But this is the big question. And Jeannie Mae on the talk made a point about this. Mm-hmm. I want to know what is his biggest concern if she is having sex. Is it the STDs? Is it the possibility of pregnancy? Is it the thing that he don't understand? He feels she don't understand. But at what point are you going to get the fuck over that? Have a conversation with your child, but I'm not going to invade your privacy and bust in the fucking doctor's office and make you sign a paper just because I want the joy of knowing, my child is still a virgin.
I think that's how it's just playing in a lot of females' minds.
Honestly,
like,
I don't even I've seen a lot of males say the same thing that women have been saying about this particular topic. And what does that say? And what does that speak to your parenting? Nobody's given a rule book on how to raise a child, but if we're educating our children about sex, the consequences of sex, sexual health, etc., why can't we? What happens to the trust and trusting that our child can take all of the knowledge and the information that we've instilled in them and taught them and grew them up? Why can't we trust that our child can go out here and it's not a matter of if they're having sex or not, because let's be all the way 100. So people are having sex. Are they having safe sex? Healthy sex?
Right. I mean, how about we educate them on that?
Can we educate them
don't have sex?
Because
don't do this. Let's tell them, okay, well, if
you
do
like
do
that,
this,
and as soon as you turn 18, you busting it wide open, please.
But that's but you can say that, but that shit still don't make it right.
Okay, so I feel where you're coming from.
It's a part of life.
It's a part of life. Okay, my nigga. So I'm not saying you're wrong. No, I'm saying you have a right to. You have a right to believe what you want to think how you want to think. But it's like, bro, like who? That's just having sex for real, should be a fucking grown up decision. Because at the end of the day, regardless, you know what I'm saying, how you feel about the shit, it's a grown up decision. Because if you end up pregnant and you were damn 17, 18, 16, 15, because a lot of times they got that 16 and pregnant and teen mom and all that shit. Like that shit kind of promotes, you know what I'm saying? Like that, this type of lifestyle. Like, hey, maybe if you get pregnant, you know what I'm saying, you could be on a TV show and not, nah, bro. Like, who's taking care of these children? Because a lot of times, if you're 16, 17, 18, you get pregnant, who the hell is taking care of that child?
And I don't disagree with you.
Because you may mentally not, you're still a child. Because you can say you're 18, you're grown. No, the fuck you not. Your brain is not even all the way fully fucking developed. But that goes back
to his concern. What is the biggest concern surrounded by an 18-year-old having sex? Is it the pregnancy?
Because it's his child. Like, it's his daughter.
Yeah, so you can be concerned.
Maybe he has high standards.
That's my biggest question. Zonique is out here.
Was Zonique? No.
That's not his child, of course, but he raised that little girl.
Yeah, but that's still, it's different.
So Deja, his child, his biological child. And Deanna, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I absolutely agree that sex is an adult choice that comes with adult consequences. Exactly. I fully agree with you on that. But why are you? I mean, and personally, he should have just kept this shit to himself.
Really?
Because you're saying that the reason that you take her to the gynecologist and you're kind of, sticking out your chest. Yeah, we go to the gynecologist every year to check her hymen. That's what you said.
Yeah, that shit.
Why else are you checking a hymen but to check to see if it's still intact?
It's weird or if it pops. It's kind of strange.
It's
and her mother needed to have stood up and said something about that as well. And Deja doesn't even agree with it because she has been shown liking tweets that have actually commented about T.I. stuff, saying this is she probably felt like she couldn't speak up.
This is controlling and this is possessive. She's liked those same exact tweets saying those same things. Yeah. So she doesn't agree with it either. Come on. He said it out of his mouth. We're not making this stuff up. He said it out of his own mouth. Doctor dismissed the question that the doctor asked to Deja. Doctor, look, she don't ride no horses. She ain't doing no sports. She ain't got nothing to have. Do you, Deja? Okay, good. No. Is that hymen still intact? Not your business.
I guess.
The joy of not knowing. You give your children the knowledge that they need. Train them up in the way they should go. And they're going to remember. You know what I mean? I don't need to be hawking you. And like you said, where's the trust? And not even that. I don't know that I have given you all the knowledge that you need. All I can do is trust that you're going to make the right decision.
Can I be all the way 100?
But what if
this seems creepy.
And if they don't, what can I do about it, Dion?
But no, I'm saying, but if they don't, then you're taking care of a child, right?
No. The only thing I can do is keep an open door for my kid to come in and say, Mom, I fucked up. Or Mom, I made a bad decision.
And
or
I'm
something
pregnant.
Like that.
So
and if you're pregnant, then we will cross that bridge when we get there.
So who's taking care of that child?
They're going to be taking care of that child.
You're sure that your 18-year-old daughter or son, whoever's going to take care of that child, right?
Kid, don't you fucking have sex because you're going to get pregnant.
No, I'm
so
nobody's
so
saying
your biggest takeaway from this whole thing is that for you and your house and
I'm
how
not even speaking on myself about this shit. I'm just saying I can see where he's coming from.
This you having sex. This is an adult.
It's a grown up
decision and. Who's ultimately going to be responsible for taking care of this child if you prematurely have?
Because 18, you still on your damn parents' insurance.
Some people aren't.
Some people don't got no insurance. They're Medicaid.
So, but I get where you're coming from. I think for me personally,
ain't nothing to get Medicaid.
Not even going, towards it being an adult decision and whether you're having sex or not having sex. The fact of the matter is, you were quoted saying that you specifically take her to the gynecologist.
That's the biggest
to check her hymen. And I think it's creepy because it's not uncommon. A lot of men think that they possess their daughters and, the whole notion of giving your daughter away, when she on her wedding day to another man. I just think it's toxic masculinity. Point blank.
Yeah, we're going, hold on now, because we spilling over to a whole something else. Let's not do that. Let's keep it on T.I. right now. That's a whole nother conversation.
So how did that not tie into? I think this is a form of possession. I personally think he's being possessive with her body. It's disgusting. I think it's creepy as hell. My daddy's coming with me to go to the gynecologist when they stick that good old thing in there and with that little light to see if my hymen is still intact. And he's right there in the room too.
Doug, you got anything to say
on
this?
Dang, that shit weird.
let me just chime in real quick because I've been quiet. And then I'm respectively moved on because this subject can be talked about for a long.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, we talk a lot about this. What I will say, and I've heard everybody's point of view. I agree with everybody. I disagree with what T.I. said. He shouldn't have made that comment publicly. That's something that you keep private. Even on the platform that he was on, you don't discuss your family business like that on that platform. Number one. Number two, the young ladies who actually were interviewing him were, if you watch the footage or hear the audio, they were laughing at the time when he made the comment. They they have since retracted that laugh and said, hey, our apologies, we shouldn't have laughed. They were just as wrong for laughing. And then also, to be quite frank with y'all, it shouldn't even made air. That should have been edited out. That should have been edited out.
They deleted that.
I agree.
There's no way that we should even be knowledgeable of that being said on that interview, whatever it was. We should not be talking about this right now because that's Harriet's family business.
Privacy.
Like Dion said, and I agree. However, T.I. sees fit to raise his daughter, sons, whatever, that's that man's business. Do I agree? Would I have took it to that extent? No. Me personally, no. But at the end of the day, I'm sure he has his reasons. The Harris family is on vacation right now. So he's yet to make a comment.
Right. He hasn't
saying anything about this. He probably don't give two shits of what any of us think.
Because it's his household.
Because at the end of the day, he's going to, as long as she's living there, his daughter, and his children, he's going to run that household along with it, how he sees fit. So at the end of the day, I think, this just should never have made it to our ears. It's TMI. It's really TMI for me.
It's too much information.
I don't really want to know, don't care to know.
Right.
And the fact that people are outraged behind, his parenting methods, I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, focus on you and yours.
Exactly.
Please. So that's really all I got to say about that. That's my 2 cents.
Just take care of your churn.
Take care of your churn.
The best way out.
Moving on musically, J. Cole, this artist, he has children, but he hasn't made any comments about them. J. Cole, he has announced that he has new music coming out 2020. What's the name of the album?
The Fall Off.
The Fall Off. Okay. So this is supposed to be following, what was the last? KOD. Now, originally he said it was supposed to come out this year. He held off.
Yeah.
They did the Dreamville compilation joint.
Fire.
He did a lot of features, killed him.
Yes.
So now he's coming back. He said he done with features. Back to me. I'm gonna give y'all new music 2020. Are we excited?
Very much fucking so excited.
Bomb for J. Cole. Bomb for J. Cole. So with that being said, we gotta talk about you silly. We gotta talk about Cole's catalog.
You were supposed to do it.
I thought he was doing it. That's what
I said. You being smooth and suave over here. Yeah, I'm gonna start with you, bro. So. Because you the biggest Cole fan in the room. I know this.
Word
Let's get it.
Okay, let's go.
Tatted on me.
What? Hold on.
Hey, pause that.
Go ahead.
This nigga here. What? So let's go back to his catalog. Out of everything he's dropped thus far, leading up to the new body of work, what is Cole's best album?
Oh, shit.
And are you biased? I already know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say?
I know. I have an idea.
You don't know. I mean, if I had to rank, number one, I think it would be 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Funky.
Okay.
I like the story that he told. As far as someone coming from nowhere, making it, and then realizing that all that shit don't really mean nothing. It's about your family, the people you love, all that shit. That was dope. Number two for me, probably be Born Sinner.
I think. Can we all agree on this? I think this order is pretty. No, you have. I agree with this order.
I agree with the number one. I agree with Forest Hill Drive being number one.
Okay, so Doug and I saying Born Center next. Who y'all?
I would have said Born Center first. That was just
okay. Okay.
I would say Born Center
I think
first.
that's Born Center is my personal favorite.
More songs,
but I think Forest Hill Drive was just better. But I can I can rock with that.
What's your take, Vic? Why you say that?
I don't know, man, because I mean, by that being his second album, it was way different from Cold World, and it was kind of like the introduction to him. Like that's when I first realized that Cole was okay. Cole about to talk that shit.
Yeah,
like he about to be this conscious, right? He about to talk that shit.
Right.
So that's what just got me like, okay, I'm ready. Like you know what I'm saying?
Big singles.
Right.
What was
like
on that?
The actual track name, Born Center. That's what really like.
What else was on that?
Shit really brought me in.
Crooked Smile.
Crooked Smile was on that joint.
Power Trip.
A joint
Power
with
Trip.
Nas. What's the joint with Nas?
Let
That's on there.
Let Nas down. Yeah,
Let Nas down. That joint on there. Don't give me that. I can't.
Eagle.
Can't think of
What's the
names
joint
right
Miguel?
now.
Power Trip.
Power Trip. Yeah, that's on there. I would say Born Center. And then next. Okay, so y'all said 2014 Forest Hill Drive, and what you said? Born
I
Center
say
next.
Forest Hill Drive, Born Center. To me, third would be KOD.
Okay.
That shit fire.
Yeah.
What you got third?
Third. Okay, so second for me was KOD. I'm sorry, man.
I
Second
put number
me
2 was KOD for me.
Yeah, like
Born Center.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. I don't agree. I'm not
KOD.
mad at it.
KOD for me was like that album is so touching.
Everything he dropped is fire. So.
KOD is 3 for me. It's 3.
Really?
It's a good album, but I don't see it better than Born Center or Forest Hills Drive.
I put Forest Hills Drive.
We can all say
Forest
his first
Hills
album.
Number 1.
Forest Hill Drive is my number 1.
Yeah. So we can all say his
Yours
first album
Born
is
Center.
like.
I mean, I can still agree with y'all though. I can see why y'all say that. So yeah.
Cold World, the first official album is not his best.
That's his last for me.
I was
I didn't know where he was going with the album.
But see, that's what I respect the most about his career, because you think about like his direct peer like Kendrick. He came out the gate, first album, boom, and just got every album. Whereas Cole, first album didn't do what was expected, but he came back after and gradually
got better.
He grew. I like the climb up.
Yeah,
that's what I like. I like the build up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because every time when you come out with that first solid album and you do big numbers and everything, it's hard
to measure
to top that.
That pressure.
So with this new music that he said he coming out with, what y'all think he coming with? Like
some more heat.
I thought it was cool that he said he had actually started working on this before KOD. So it kind of makes me wonder, just his whole the whole concept, the whole mindset in KOD. Could that be possibly mixed with the fall off right now? Like I'm really eager to hear
I don't know what they
this.
expect.
Didn't he have another kid or something like that?
He got a baby. He only got one baby.
He got one. Okay.
Yeah. But you don't never see his wife. You don't never see the baby, and I kind of like that.
Respect
Kendrick
that.
the same way too. I know that baby is born. I know that baby been born by now.
They have
privacy.
They are the type of artists that still have that.
They want that real life kind of.
That's the word I'm looking for. They have a mystique. Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
They have that mystique about them. Everything is not out there. When you get music and content from them, they got something coming.
It kind of gives you a nostalgic feel of how it was before social media.
Yeah, exactly.
You knew nothing about
the people that you were fans of.
All you got was through the music,
right?
And that's the way they are. So.
And music videos.
Definitely. Shout out to Cole, man. We all are eagerly anticipating him.
That's
we
my
We're gonna check it out. Lastly, man, while we talking about rap, they had a poll come out, the most influential female rapper of all time. They had some names listed, but I mean, we can pretty much drop whoever we want to drop in there. But I mean, the names they had listed was Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj, Lil' Kim. We can definitely add to that. But overall, when we say influential, we're not talking about the best. We're not talking about the best lyrically. We're not talking about who's the nastiest or none of that. We talking about who influenced the most, other female rappers in the game. Or good, bad, or indifferent. I'm gonna start with myself, give my opinion. We're gonna go around.
I feel like I know who you're gonna say. Good.
Go ahead, my nigga.
This is hard because
it's hard.
It's not a hard thing, but I had to kind of remove the fact that
hard. What?
It's hard. No, but
anyway.
Stop. It's Friday. No, it's not a hard decision. I had to kind of like take out the skill set part of it. Like if you take that out I was like, oh, okay, I get this, because it's not based off that. It's not based off who can rap the best. We're saying who influenced the most, who has the most influence.
All right.
I'm going with Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
I think we
I'm
all
going with
agree
Little
on
Kim.
that
I
shit.
think we all are going to agree.
I think we all agree on that. We all agree on that.
No,
You
know
respect to
But
Queen.
speak on why.
Nikki is on there, but Nikki just got that from Kim.
Yeah, respect,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Nikki
right.
was a prodigy
all
of
the
Lil'
little,
Kim.
you know what I'm saying?
With Nikki, everybody knows
Showing
that
your titties,
she's a
Kim.
a child of Little Kim, Foxy Brown, whoever. But Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, they definitely made their own stamp,
Right.
but they did not influence the game how we see it today. Little Kim
They influenced rap.
started everything that we're seeing today. So from the Megan Thee Stallions to the Little Kims to the Sweeties,
to the
City Girls, they
to the
all
Cardi
come from the
B's.
Little Kim. Cardi B, they all come from the Little Kim umbrella.
And even the
Trina,
Nicki
she was
Minaj.
busting. Even
Nicki
Trina.
Minaj was number one. I think she was the first one to really depict Kim. Like really
no,
put her.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I really think Nicki Minaj was the first one.
No,
who you think?
Who else would you put there?
Trina
kind of, sort of.
Trina, I've never.
She won't freaky hardcore.
Yes, she
no,
was.
Trina was
Trina.
absolutely freaky.
Her music,
Trina was
but
nasty.
she was not like exploiting it. She
No.
was not exploiting it. Like
I don't think you heard
Nicki
Trina.
I got
Minaj
an ass
was.
so big like the sun.
No.
I'm talking about
I wanna run, y'all. Visually, she was
you
not
do
doing
vision that
the
junk
shit.
with a big
She was
ass
not
line.
doing the shit that Lil' Kim was doing. She was not doing the shit that Nicki Minaj was doing. She was talking that shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
you
saying.
ain't never see that
Trina,
shit.
Trina,
You don't know that.
She
Trina
won't
has
pussy
a
no pussy.
but
yeah, she was. Trina's first album, if you go back and listen, was definitely nasty.
It was
than Lil' Kim's
nasty.
first
I
album.
just said that.
But what
the
I'm saying,
lyrics-
hold on, what I'm saying is Trina didn't really have the Trina has a niche fan base. Like Trina could come in tomorrow and sell out because Trina just has a niche fan base, but she never had those marketing dollars behind
Before
her like a
social
Nicki
media.
Minaj. Nicki Minaj came out at the beginning of social media boom.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a whole different light on her. You know what I'm saying? Versus Trina, like I said, slip and slide. She was always kind of under trick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was different. But reason I say Trina over Nicki is because Trina came out before. And then if you go back and listen to, you don't know Nan and all that.
She was talking that
She was definitely talking that shit and busting it open and doing all that. But from a South perspective, Lil' Kim was North with it, New York.
Yeah.
Nicki was definitely, I see what you're saying because Nicki's from New York. So she came with the New York style. She kind of, when I first heard Nicki, I was like, yeah, she's definitely Kim. Over time, she started putting more of that Nicki in there with the voices and then
faces.
all this characters and shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
But I thought that was dope. I thought that was dope. She made it her own thing. You know what I'm saying? But when she first came out, anybody that was on Nicki when she first came out
knew she was.
I was like, yeah, she's definitely Little Kim. All
Itty
over
bitty
again.
But I wasn't mad at it though. I was
because I'm like, well, I don't want to see this again.
No. I was. Oh my god, I was big on Nicki when before she became commercial. Put that way. I'm talking about when Deborah Atney was her motherfucking manager. That's when I fucked with Nicki when she was all 10, 17, Nicki. You know what I'm saying? That was my bitch.
Well, they all grow.
But the
They all
Cash Money
evolve.
Nicki, the Harajuku, I don't know.
Harajuku Barbie.
No, I like Harajuku Barbie, but the whole now Nicki is I'm over.
They all evolve. Cardi gonna do it too. Cardi gonna make something. You be like, I want the old Cardi. It's like they all gonna do
think
it.
So? I
They
think
all gonna
Cardi
evolve.
gonna remain the same
I don't
regardless
think so.
of what happened.
Nobody remains the same in this industry ever. Even look at Lil' Kim. Prime example.
Yeah. Are you all listening to her new music?
Nah, fuck listening. Do you seen her face?
We were talking about the music.
I'm just saying, don't nobody remain the same. Look at her face.
We won't talk about look
Oh my god!
Oh man!
You look at Little Kim hardcore poster and you look at her now. You be like, what the hell?
Why did she do that to herself? She was. Oh my god, she was fucking gorgeous before
she
that
went to the
shit.
Jacksons doctor.
Right.
What is going on?
What the fuck happened to her?
Said she looked like Latoya.
Man, she
Goodbye.
looked like
She looked oh my god, she looked terrible.
she looked like sheep shit in shallow ass water.
Y'all just gonna keep this one going.
We love you, Lil' Kim.
Yeah,
she
hey, don't come for us.
You queen, shout.
I mean, she don't even rap the same, but I mean that's a whole nother thing. But like I said, influence wise,
Kim
man.
got it.
Yeah. Little Kim was
got
the
it.
first. She was. I mean, come on, man. She came up under Big, even though Biggie helped her.
Right.
When she came up under Big, she was like the female him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you should
be scared
but she, like people still quote that song now. People still play that album, like hardcore album.
Yeah,
I know girls now that weren't even born when that shit came and they play. I like Lil' Kim. I'm like, you weren't even born yet. What you talking about? But they like
music.
But I'm saying that's how much influence she has when she go back. The kids now really listen to her and they see where City Girls and all these people getting it from.
And then when you look at it, Kim had a total of 5 albums. You know what I'm saying? Lauren had one. That bitch a classic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That bitch a classic.
Definitely
but
classic.
Got it on vinyl.
Influence, you know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
we talk about influence, you know, Lauren I feel like she's just in a league by
You
herself.
don't see a lot of little Lauren Hills or people trying to duplicate that.
You know, like a yard.
Is she showing up on
that's
time?
trying to, you know what, Lee?
I said, is she showing up
She
on
be
time?
missing her shows
Shit.
and she don't be showing up on time.
But I
don't know
love
what that's
Lauren,
about.
so no disrespect. But
yeah, but I heard she's supposed to be dropping her first single in 5 years. Yo. She's supposed to be dropping
I've heard that
something
too.
soon.
Yeah, we're gonna be
That's
waiting
crazy.
for that
That's
jump.
crazy.
the miseducation of Lauryn Hill is like
That will never get old. That
it
should
never
be
gets
that should
old.
be
I can
implanted into
play
the
that
Hollywood
start to
Hall
finish,
of Fame.
finish to start.
Yeah.
Like
that's
that
a classic.
shit's dope.
It's a classic.
That's a classic.
That shit's dope.
Just like hardcore is a classic. So we all agree
Yeah.
Lil' Kim is the
Lil'
most
Kim.
Lil' Kim
influential
has
rapper
been the
of
number
all
one
time.
Yeah.
in the slide.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
we're gonna revisit this topic again, maybe another episode down along with the most influential male rapper.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
nigga.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be fun. So look forward to that. But I think we're gonna wrap things up here, man. Shout out to Raw Audio Studios. Shout out to the whole production crew behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? Always holding us down. Until next time, man. This has been episode 5. I'm your boy IV.
All right, Josh, your girl Crown Vic.
Mr. Durag himself, just Doug.
Love Jamie.
And D Carey.
And we are the top.
The top.
In a minute.
We out.
Truly opinionated, we do it for the culture. A group of minds came in combined to put some thoughts in order. A platform is all we need to be so filterless. Say what's on your mind, put it all in line. Your own perspective, living legends all in one room. It be so effortless, build it up like it's Tetris. Come with knowledge, so let us in. We doing it straight from the soul. That's how we feeling it, killing in every category. This would be the testimony. A lot of truth with just as many opinions. So prolific a vision, you won't forget it. We over top of the gimmicks, the side of something new. This for our city ain't stopping until we reach our pinnacle. We got a lot to do, been breaking through, you know what we on. All gas, no brakes, what it takes. Let's set the stage to be great. This is the top for the day. You will see nothing better, beginning of something special. We reaching another level, we pushing forward together. Everybody got ambitions, you know. We on the rise with the top, yeah you know. I said what? Everybody got ambitions, you know. We on the rise with the top, yeah you know. Everybody got ambitions, you know. We on the rise with the top, yeah you know. I say what? Everybody got ambitions, you know. We on the rise with the top, yeah you know. Truly opinionated.